What's up guys, this is Saman from Aesthetic Progression and welcome to Vlog Wednesday. Now today is Thursday, but yesterday I was a little busy, but short story long, I was not able to pull it out. This is a workout that I did a few days ago, just haven't got a chance to post it, but I did back and biceps. A new thing that I am starting to do is in my back workout is going to be integrate some pull-ups. Now I always put in pull-ups, but the difference here is I'm focusing on more of a strength and neuromuscular activation than anything else. So I'm only doing 3 reps. All these you see on bodyweight pull-ups are only warm-ups, and I eventually add weights, and I do 5 working sets with 3 repetitions each. So as you can see, I've loaded 40 pounds on these, and no, sorry, 35 pounds on these, and I'm doing 3 repetitions. The key here is to increase 2.5 pounds every week, but just making sure that you are able to do 3 complete reps throughout full 5 sets before you do that, and also make sure you squeeze at the top for a second before you go down, and at the bottom make sure you are fully stretched, because that's where the move is most difficult, and that's what you have to capitalize, so make sure you are stretched all the way at the bottom and go top. Squeeze for a second too, you don't have to do it too much, but yeah, just make sure you're taking a sweet time and not kipping on anything, because as again, this is much more for a neuromuscular is much more of a central nervous system activation thing more than anything, plus gaining strength. Because what I feel is when I do these a couple of times, I get stronger on my other moves, so even though I'm fatiguing myself with 3 reps over here, when I go down to the pull downs or rows or anything, I kind of tend to get stronger. So speaking of the pull downs here, I'm doing 5 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. I'm sorry, 6 to 12 repetitions, and this is much focused on hypertrophy most of the time. The technique is same as the pull-ups. Go all the way down, get a complete stretch at the top, and then squeeze your lats on the way down. So it's not anything fancy or anything. So again, make sure you focus on the negative and pull away at the top. If you can see, I'm going forward and coming back when I pull. This is actually much more for activation of lats. A lot of people tend to just lean back, and with that you are limiting your range of motion for the stretch portion. So your eccentric range of motion kind of decreases. So make sure you go back and forth, but don't over lean on the back to create leverage, because there is no point of that. You have to make sure your lats are being worked on other than anything. And it's also really good for working out your inner back, which is the rhomboids and stuff. So when you're retracting those scapula, your rhomboids are really working out, and the rhomboids are the muscles that are crucial for retraction of your scapula. So it helps in stabilization of scapula as well. So make sure you get a good form. Again, 5 sets of 6 to 12 repetitions. 6 was only my final set. The third exercise are going to be some cable rows. Here we are using the close grip, and every time you are working your close grip on your back, you are actually working out on the width of the back. But when you contract on your way up, you are also working a little bit of your rhomboids, as well as some of the mid back as well. One of the best horizontal pull exercise you can do actually for the back. And this is something that you do 8 repetitions. That I did 12 repetitions in 4 sets. Nothing fancy on that, just a regular pull. The only mistake I see that people do is actually they lean a lot backwards to move the weight. But the point again here is not to move the weight. Okay, the point is not to take the weight from point A to point B, but you have to make sure that your elbows are coming behind your back and you are squeezing there for a second. without that, you are almost mimicking the deadlift style when you lean back. Um, when you come forward, try to stretch your lats. A lot of people don't do that. Without stretching, people actually limit their range of motion. Again, something that is not very productive. Um, you don't have to overstretch it, but make sure you are feeling a good stretch on your lats when you do that. Again, nothing fancy, very basic move. 4 sets of 12 repetitions minimum, but you can do more. And again, try increasing the weight each time you get in, but make sure you get good repetitions first. Other exercise, the fourth exercise is going to be hammer rows, as you can see. And here, if you can see, the grip is a little bit wider than the previous one, plus where it's working at. So here it's more working at the little bit of a lower lats than the mid, like before. It's just like the previous one. The grip works because of the grip. It works a little bit of your forearm as well. One key on these or any other exercise is to keep your chest high and breathe out when you pull the weight, or breathe out when you're using effort. And again, take a smooth, make sure that your actions are smooth, and when you are pulling, make sure you hold the contraction as well. And nothing more fancy or anything, just a machine drive motion, so there's not much you can really mess. And this is 4 sets of 8 repetitions. The fifth exercise is going to be the Romanian Hyperextension. Great tool to work out your lower back as well as the hamstrings. Especially if you don't want to do deadlift or your gym this has deadlifts, 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 this has deadlifts. This has a lot of benefits. It's better than your regular hyperextension because of its stretch in the hamstring. So you get the regular stretch in the lower back, just like as in hyperextension, but here you get the stretch on the hamstrings as well. One move to make it difficult is going to be grabbing onto some weight plates and pulling it off. But what you can also do here is, like I am doing, try to raise your hands a little bit and on your back, 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 on your back. This is something that usually is the body weight, so I did 4 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions. And that's again, guys, don't try to overextend though. A lot of people are trying to really overextend and bend their back. Try to stay parallel with the ground. That's the best thing I can say. Parallel with the ground, hold on for a second and come down back. A full range of motion. If you can't do the weighted, doesn't matter, but make sure you go the full range of motion in it. Now moving on to the biceps, we are doing some forearm curls. One exercise that a lot of people do not do, maybe because they can't handle much of a weight in this exercise like the regular bicep curl. But if you're working biceps, it's crucial to work your forearms as well. I don't know about a lot of people, but I would like to, whenever I'm wearing a shirt or a t-shirt or anything, I like a thick, big forearms coming out from my sleeves. So getting a big forearm is very crucial, and this is something that's just you do it like a regular biceps curls, where you kind of like fully extend your elbow and fully contract it and hold the contraction for a second or two. Only thing you have to remember, you will not be able to do a lot of weights, because of which you have to do a little bit of higher repetitions at least. That's what got me the most results when it comes to size, is when I did at least 12 15 repetitions. And I even tried few repetitions, but again, you want to get as good pump as you would get from high repetitions. And your lower strength workout forearms are usually done when you're doing deadlifts and pull-ups like I did in the beginning. So here I focus on high repetitions. The next movement is going to be the preacher curl pad, and here preacher curls. Here I did it on my knee. I don't have my preacher curl anymore, so this is what I'm substituting. The advantage I find on something like this is going to be it's to one arm, and it's similar to the machine or the barbell preacher curl pad, but here you can isolate a lot more and you have constant motion throughout, constant tension throughout the range of motion. When you pull the cable up, make sure that your pinky is twisted all the way towards your deltoid. So you are twisting your pinky laterally, okay, away from your body. That kind of gives most optimal range of motion and good contraction on your biceps. 3 sets of 12 repetitions each. Make sure you hold the squeeze for a second and let it go all the way down. That's it for this video, guys. I will see you next week. Bye bye.